Welcome to the Slightly Greener Life podcast. This is your host, Tonya Harris. I am an award-winning environmental toxin expert, best-selling author, and mother of three. I created this podcast as a place to help busy moms ditch the overwhelm and start living a low-toxin life. Now, let's get into this week's episode. Are you tired of buying green or organic products only to find out they really aren't good for you? Do you just feel like everything is bad for you, so why even bother? Are you ready to say goodbye to mom guilt and constantly chasing perfection and say hello to peace of mind? Hi, I'm Tonya Harris, and welcome to the Slightly Greener Life podcast, where we create low-toxin living without the overwhelm. I am an award-winning environmental toxin expert, best-selling author, and entrepreneur. But more than that, I'm a caring mother of three and a childhood cancer survivor. And at one point, I desperately wanted to create a safer home for my family. It all started in 2006 when my son was in second grade and began showing signs of attention issues. When the teacher called me in to discuss his symptoms and the school wanted to test him for ADHD, something in my head told me to wait. Maybe it was my past as a childhood cancer survivor and always being told as I was growing up to be careful what I eat that had always stuck in the back of my head. So something in me told me that maybe there was something in our diet that was contributing to his symptoms or something in our house. So I just asked the teacher for a little more time before testing, and I went home and I dove headfirst into researching, which was not so easy back in 2006. And after a lot of research and a couple of weeks of removing just artificial colors and sodium benzoate, I went back to the school and they no longer saw the need to test him. So we didn't cure him, but we did lessen the symptoms enough that he was able to concentrate a little bit longer in school. And then, of course, I was hooked on a more natural approach. And as I kept researching, I realized it's not just what we eat, but it's what we breathe in, what we clean with, and also what we put on our bodies. And the information was all a little scary. So I began replacing everything with supposedly safer products that, as I continued to research, later turned out to be anything but safer. And the labels were so confusing and the ingredient names were so hard to memorize. It was all just too overwhelming. I'll never forget the day I found myself sitting on the floor of our kitchen surrounded by giant garbage bags filled with every cleaning product I could get my hand on. And in that moment, I looked around and I realized this was ridiculous. I was driving myself and my family crazy. I had thought that detoxifying my home meant I would have to give up my current lifestyle and say goodbye to my precious milk duds and spend tons of money on organic foods and hours in the kitchen, all while making my own deodorant. But then I thought, what if instead of changing everything, I could start small with just a couple of ingredients linked to attention issues, which was our main concern back then, and then build on from there. And that felt so much lighter and more doable to me. Because the truth is, a greener life can be easy. It's all about creating changes that fit your lifestyle and not the other way around. I've come a long way since that moment in the kitchen, and so will you. After working with countless clients and my own family, I developed the Slightly Greener method, which will help you get rid of toxins from your home without the overwhelm. You don't have to be some domestic diva stuck in the kitchen churning butter or doing science experiments all night making cleaning products. And you definitely don't have to spend hours reading product labels and scouring the internet for solutions, because I've done that for you. And if undomesticated me can do it, you can too. This show is here to offer you simple steps to living in a complex world. Together, we'll explore how to look at labels and know in seconds if the product is truly safer. We'll learn how to improve our health based on the products we consume. And we'll even learn simple tips for sleeping, eating, and thinking better. Each episode will be a deep dive with me, and we'll also talk to doctors, sleep experts, and other toxin experts to learn science-backed solutions to creating a home, mindset, and life that is healthier, happier, and greener. I can't wait for us to start. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Slightly Greener Life podcast. Please take a moment to subscribe to the show, and then be sure to share it with a friend who you know wants simple steps to living in this complex world. I'll see you next time.